If you enjoy shooting, you'd love Belva Benefil's job. That's her assignment at CCI, shooting up ammo every day. This is function testing, in this case with a Smith & Wesson Model 41, to prove the latest production will run in the guns that will use it. And this is pressure and velocity testing, with the computer pickup recording case pressure while the chrono screens measure velocity. Charlie Stamper is the quality supervisor.
We're right here, we're looking for the pressure and velocity to make sure that it's still within the SAAMI specifications, that we're not overpressuring a cartridge, or we're wanting our velocity to be within a certain spec that we know that our bullet's going to perform like it's designed to do. So the hollow point will either open up, expand, or not over expand and come apart.
Then there's accuracy testing in the CCI 100-yard tunnel, which is the outer limit of effective range for a .22 caliber round. The results will surprise you. Belva is shooting 3/4 minute of angle groups with CCI Select, loaded to 1,250 feet per second to be sure it will cycle all semi-auto guns.
With that in mind, we did this, and what we discovered was a very notable increase in accuracy. I can't quite explain where that comes from, but so Select, by and large, is more accurate than our regular standard velocity, though not as accurate as Green Tag, and it'll function semi-automatic rifles.
That's quality and accuracy testing. But to test the performance of rounds, we accepted an invitation to use the larger facilities at Diamondback Shooting Range in Lewiston. We're shooting ballistic gelatin blocks, and Charlie's starting with the classic Mini-Mag hollow point. The wound channel makes it clear this is an effective varmint round.
Shows a good temporary cavity right here. You see pieces of lead where the nose has come apart, and then the rest of the body of the bullet is run in about 10, 11 inches. It's standard performance for the CCI high velocity hollow point.
Now a new gel block for the next test. First with the subsonic hollow point round, 40 grain bullet moving at 1,050 feet per second. Now the new Velociter round, again a 40 grain bullet, but driven at 1,400 feet per second. The results prove you can choose the round for the game you're hunting.
We get shorter penetration, but very nice expansion with a slower cartridge. And then, of course, with Velociter, we get very nice expansion and the deepest penetration of any .22 hollow point made.
Brett says they sell a lot of subsonic hollow points in Australia to help control jackrabbits, while the Velociter performance proves you can take coyotes down with .22 rimfire. And there's another CCI hunting option, the segmented hollow point. Remember the swaging machine forming the lead plugs into bullets? Well, we can't show you how CCI does it, but they have a process to pre-cut the 32 grain hollow points to separate on impact. For small game, the results are devastating.
Yes, and you'll notice how short the penetration is. It dumps its energy almost immediately. And yes, I've shot prairie dogs with it and jackrabbits, and yeah, it puts them down right there.
And for a demonstration of penetration, Brett's made up a baffle box of 3/4 inch clear pine, a classic test used by the Army back in the 1890s. First, a CB Long, a 29 grain conical ball bullet at 710 feet per second. And now the Velociter, the 40 grain hollow point at 1,400 feet per second. The subsonic CB has penetrated 2 boards and bounced off the 3rd, landing on the table. But the Velociter, with greater speed and bullet weight, has punched through 5 and hit number 6, proving the power to punch through.
Bone, thick hide, yeah, stuff like that. It's just a relative test of penetration. And we have developed bullets using clear pine as a bone substitute. And then once we're done with that, we've gone forward and tested it on real bone and what like that. It's just a lot cleaner, easier way to go.
And it's just one more example of the performance CCI has developed in more than 50 years of making millions of America's favorite cartridge, the .22. So, which one of these you're going to call for next trip to the gun shop? The Velociter that can punch through 5